What if the exercise you trust to keep your brain sharp could secretly raise your stroke risk overnight? For many seniors, that fear becomes real, and the science may shock you. After 60, we exercise to stay safe, to stay independent. But certain moves, done the wrong way or at the wrong time, can backfire, triggering dangerous pressure shifts inside the brain. I'll show you the evidence and the small adjustments that protect not only your brain, but also your sleep, your clarity, and your family's peace of mind. 1. The Valsalva Trap. Hidden pressure. Spike. When most seniors hear exercise risk, they think of falls or sore joints. Few realize the hidden danger comes from something as simple as holding your breath. It's called the Valsalva maneuver, and for adults over 60, it can silently turn a workout into a stroke trigger. Here's the biology. After 60, arteries stiffen by about 0.8 meters per second in pulse wave velocity every decade. Picture an old garden hose left out too long in the sun, less flexible, more brittle. During a plank, heavy lift, or even when straining to rise from a chair, many people instinctively hold their breath. This creates sudden spikes in pressure. Seniors can see blood pressure shoot up 35 millimeters of mercury, compared to just 12 in younger adults. That surge slams into vessels that no longer stretch to protect the brain. Then comes the release. As the breath lets go, pressure can crash by 20 to 25 millimeters of mercury, dropping cerebral blood flow by up to 19 centimeters per second. It's like blasting water through a brittle hose, then cutting it off. Plaque can break loose while the brain struggles to clear it. Frank, 72, learned this the hard way. He loved long planks, but always held his breath. One morning, he stood up dizzy, clutching the counter as the room spun. That moment shook him more than any gym session. Once he practiced exhaling gently with each effort, like letting air out of a balloon instead of popping it, his dizziness faded and his confidence returned. Your arteries aren't weak, they're brittle hoses under sudden force. So, here's the protocol. Each time you push, pull, or strain, exhale steadily. It may feel unnatural at first, but it's the single easiest way to protect your brain from silent pressure shocks. 2. Cortisol and evening workouts. The silent risk. For years, many seniors believe that the best time to exercise is whenever you can fit it in. But what most people don't realize is that timing matters as much as the workout itself, especially after 60. Here's the science. In younger adults, exercise raises cortisol only slightly, and melatonin, our sleep hormone, remains intact. But in seniors, the pattern flips. A 2023 study in the Journal of Endocrinology and Aging found that high-intensity exercise after 6 p.m. raises cortisol by up to 45% and suppresses melatonin by nearly 60%. That means the very hormones that should calm the body before sleep are disrupted. Think of cortisol like a floodlight, blasting your nervous system. It's supposed to dim at night so your brain can enter restoration mode. But when the floodlight stays on, sleep becomes lighter, blood pressure regulation falters, and the risk of overnight stroke quietly rises. Rosa, 69, loved her late-night Zumba classes. She felt proud keeping up with younger friends, but she couldn't explain why she woke up groggy, her mind foggy, and her blood pressure creeping higher. Once she moved her classes to mornings and kept evenings for walking and gentle stretches, the difference was profound. Within 2 weeks, her mornings felt clear again, and her doctor noted a calmer blood pressure pattern. Your body's sleep switch isn't broken. It's just blinded by the wrong light. So here's the protocol. Keep intense workouts in the morning or early afternoon. If you enjoy evening activity, make it light. A stroll after dinner, gentle stretching, or simple balance work. That way, cortisol can fade, melatonin can rise, and your brain stays protected overnight. Have you ever felt foggy or lightheaded the morning after a workout? Share below. It might help another senior discover the truth about timing. 3. Inflammation. Storm, why more isn't better. We often hear, push harder, sweat more, get stronger. But after 60, the truth is that more isn't always better. Sometimes it's dangerous. Here's why. In younger adults, intense exercise triggers a short burst of inflammation, followed by a strong anti-inflammatory rebound. But seniors don't get the same safety net. A 2025 meta-analysis in Frontiers in Neurology followed 724 older adults and found that high-intensity exercise raised levels of IL-6, TNF-alpha, and IL-8 for up to 48 hours, while the protective anti-inflammatory IL-10 barely showed up. That means the body stays in a pro-inflammatory state long after the workout ends. Think of your immune system like a neighborhood fire alarm. In youth, alarms ring and firefighters arrive quickly to put out the flames. After 60, the alarms still blare, but the firefighters never come. The fire smolders, damaging tissue, stiffening arteries, and opening a window where strokes become more likely. Helen, 74, was determined to keep up with her daughter's spin class. For weeks, she pushed herself daily. Instead of feeling energized, she noticed pounding headaches and restless nights. Her doctor explained that her body wasn't recovering. It was inflamed. When Helen switched to moderate sessions, 30 minutes at 40% of her maximum heart rate, the headaches faded and her energy returned within days. Your inflammation clock doesn't reset with age. It stays stuck unless you change the rhythm. So, here's the safer rhythm. Choose moderate exercise most days, a brisk walk, light cycling, or water aerobics. These still protect the heart and brain, but without keeping inflammation stuck in overdrive. Ignore this, and inflammation can silently set the stage for stroke. And here's the twist. The most harmful myth about aging exercise isn't about intensity. It's about effort itself. And in a moment, I'll reveal why the motto, no pain, no gain, could be the most misleading advice seniors ever heard. 4. Myth versus fact. No pain, no gain. For decades, gyms and magazines repeated the same mantra. No pain, no gain. Many seniors still believe that if they're not sweating hard or feeling sore, the exercise isn't working. But what most people don't realize is that after 60, this belief can backfire, sometimes with dangerous consequences. Here's the evidence. The National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, NHANES, followed over 3,000 adults above 60 in 2024. Researchers found that those who pushed into high-intensity zones daily did not gain extra longevity. In fact, their risk of stroke and cardiovascular events was higher. Meanwhile, seniors who engaged in moderate activity, like brisk walking, light cycling, or swimming, reduced their cardiovascular risk by 25 to 40%. Think of the body after 60 like a classic car. It still runs beautifully, but it needs steady care. Redlining the engine every day doesn't make it stronger. It wears it down faster. Gentle, consistent maintenance keeps it humming for decades. George, 70, learned this lesson the hard way. He prided himself on running until he was dripping with sweat. "If I'm not gasping, I'm not working," he told his cardiologist. But after dizzy spells and a scary trip to the ER, he discovered his arteries were under strain from constant pressure surges. When he shifted to daily walks and moderate resistance training, his stamina improved and his blood pressure stabilized within weeks. This is the moment many seniors finally breathe easier. So, here's the fact. Exercise doesn't need to hurt to help. What matters most is rhythm, consistency, and choosing the right intensity for your stage of life. No pain, no gain. After 60, it's more like no strain, steady gain. We've covered a lot today, and the truth is simple. Exercise should be your shield, not your risk. By breathing steadily, choosing morning for your intense sessions, and keeping the rhythm moderate, you protect your brain, your heart, and your independence. But beyond the science, here's the deeper truth. This isn't just about you. Every small adjustment you make is also a gift to your family. Because when your brain stays sharp and your body stays steady, your loved ones get to keep you, your laughter at the dinner table, your advice, your presence in moments that matter. Because protecting your brain today isn't just for you, it's for the family who depends on your presence tomorrow. So, tonight, as you think about your next walk, your next workout, or even how you rise from a chair, ask yourself, am I moving in a way that heals or in a way that harms? That one pause could be the choice that keeps you independent for years to come. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever felt dizzy, foggy, or unusually tired after a workout? Share your story below, because your voice might help another senior discover the truth about safe exercise. And if today's insights gave you clarity, a simple subscribe means we can keep walking this path together, week by week, tip by tip. Your body is not failing, it's asking for rhythm. Let's honor that rhythm together.